And the 1970 vintage that we have coming out this the end of this year, 2010, is another addition to our collection. And as we said before, we're going to bring out 1 or 2 a year for the next 4 or 5 years, and we'll see what happens. And the idea to give you a different perspective, a different view, a different look into the window of Highland Park, so different flavours pop out. With the 1964, if you remember, it was a non-windy day. A big smoky monster was created. The 1968, it was a very windy day, so the smoke was taken away, so it was a very light, more subtle, more fragrant whisky. With the 1970, again, we've gone for a completely different type of flavour. This is one where we've used Spanish oak hoggies, the smaller casks. You get a greater interaction with wood and spirit the smaller the cask you have, rather than the size of a Spanish buck. From here, I mean, even if you look at the colour straight away, you notice it's a wonderful dark spirit. That would give you a telltale sign that it's probably going to have been Spanish oak, which it obviously is. If you turn it 45 degrees, spin it all the way around and look at the tears and legs as they appear. They take a good long time to come down the glass. I mean, that's with maturity, the oiliness of the spirit creating that, and they're just hanging on the rim like that. And they're nice and small. It's obviously higher in strength again because we keep the strength up to help with that delivery device. We use the extra alcohol to help with the delivery of the flavour. And then when you smell it, it's wonderfully fragrant. A little bit floral. Big honey note coming right the way through. Very kind of fresh fruit, so I would go into the realms of things like melon or even pineapple. I mean, and I know Gordon would describe this as like a candied pineapple. Like a dried pineapple, I suppose. And then when you taste it, cheers. Then you see the spiciness, you feel the spiciness coming right the way through. Things like coriander, a little bit of ginger, a bit of cinnamon coming right the way through there. Then comes the lemon and lime, very, 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 very citrusy. It's a very long, dry finish that comes right the way through the end. And that's what's great about the 3 vintages that we've released so far. Each one of them is completely different. They're all pulling in completely different parts of the palate, and they're not just the same whisky. From smoky to unsmoked to big and sweet. Depending on the whisky that suits your palate will depend on the year that you most like. Cheers.